I'm still way behind on reviews, so today I'm going to do 2 reviews instead of just one, in the hopes that maybe I can get them out and then focus on new reviews and new books that I'm reading. So today I'll be reviewing The Green Road by Anne Enright and Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. The Green Road by Anne Enright was a Man Booker longlist nominee, and I thought a really wonderful book. I can't actually remember what I rated at this point in time, but I do remember that I really enjoyed the experience of reading it overall. The Green Road is about an Irish family, like a dysfunctional Irish family. It kind of focuses on their separate lives and then how they kind of affect each other. And their mother, who like randomly decides to sell their house, and what she's dealing with later on in her life. So the first couple of chapters are specifically about each character, and then after a while they all come together at their mother's house, and from there on it's just like family drama. I really enjoyed the chapters learning about each character. I especially liked Dan's chapter. A lot of the characters weren't exactly the best people, and I would definitely describe them as possibly unlikable. But Dan really grew on me, and I think part of that is because he went through kind of the most major change. So I really liked Dan. As for the rest of the story, I really thought it was beautifully written. I have heard people say that it was not well written, and I am like, what? I don't know what we're judging that by. I just know I thought it was a wonderful book. I definitely think that it's for people who enjoy kind of family dramas, books about dysfunctional families, and also books with unlikable characters. If that's your jam, then I highly recommend The Green Road. Otherwise, you might want to skip it. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit by Jeanette Winterson. Another book that I kind of had a complicated time reading, because at first I really wasn't sure about it, but eventually I was completely sucked in, and I think overall I enjoyed the book. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit tells the story of Jeanette Winterson's younger years. She was adopted by this evangelical couple, and they raised her to be extremely religious. And eventually she realizes that she likes women, and from there everything falls apart, and she's kind of pushing back because of course they try to like exercise her and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting because in between the story of her experience are these mini stories that like slightly relate to what's going on. In terms of like the flow of the book, I felt like that pulled me out of the story, which is weird because usually I really like kind of poetic, stuff inserted into stories, and because it did relate, it should have flowed better, I think, but for some reason it just wasn't working for me. It was kind of a sad book because I think she really loves her mother, but she really struggles because her mom believes so differently than she does, and I don't know, mother-daughter relationships are always kind of fraught with that kind of disagreement. It was really sad to see her kind of lose this person who was really important to her, and not by her own choice. Her mom was the one who was pushing her away, and it was really sad. As far as memoirs go, this is not my favorite, but what it did have that I really enjoyed was Jeanette Winterson's style of writing, which I really love, and that's just that she has this really beautiful way of putting things together, and it's never dull, it's never boring. For those of you who are interested in memoirs, LGBT stories, and maybe if you once again like to read about dysfunctional families, I think it's a good book. And overall I had a good time reading it. Just maybe not my favorite of Jeanette Winterson's work. I think that is still the passion. I hope that these reviews helped you or made you interested in these novels. They're both great novels and definitely worth reading. So be sure to let me know in the comments if you read them, like them, have any suggestions similar to them, or if you're planning to read it, also let me know. I would love to know. And that's pretty much all I have today, so I will see you guys later. Bye!